on the realm or on the cosmology itself of the physical realms being uni plus. Correct?
Bro, Ricardo,
Sure.
niggas in chat talking mad
Okay,
shit.
okay.
Hold on, I'm muting Rob then.
But I was going towards multi.
Okay, why would they
And
be
where I
multi?
was going towards multi, you said what?
Why would the cosmology be multi?
Okay, so like I said, by the cosmology, okay, actually, anybody willing to, I guess, judge or like at least try to moderate to see where both parties are coming from? Is anybody willing to do that?
Logan's in here. We have some confident people in here like Midnight. Can at least listen to the points and like give a judgment off of that.
So,
I don't know if
all
the
right.
recording bot's
I'm
in here, but
I'm gonna send this to scans. So whoever wants to somewhat like help with us do, if you look in scans, you'll see what I just sent. And I'm gonna ask Reiji now. Reiji, I forgot how you want your name pronounced, but I'm gonna ask you now. What's your contention with that? If you don't have any, then I'll just keep continuing until you have one.
U-Haul can sure it can be a uni plus realm that U-Haul like can view possible no possibilities from. Sure, that's fine.
Oh, wait. Don't try to take what you want from it. Just directly address what's there, because I don't see possibilities nowhere right now. So what I mean by that, if you have like a contention like with the two scans or with my actual wording, like without using synonymous words, do you have a direct contention with what I said or those two scans or definitions?
No, it's worded weird, but like technically it's correct, but like I don't view it as like a multiverse in anybody in
Well,
any
that's
way
how
that we
you.
would conventionally view it. That's what you mean.
That's because the human perspective that Yuha's talking about. You're coming from the Ichigo perspective that Yuha's talking about. Y'all are without thinking about it from U-Haul's perspective. So from U-Haul's perspective, what I'm arguing is that they all, why is he pinging me? Who is Pluto? They all concretely exist within U-Haul. All right. What proves that, and what we debated yesterday, which was got us back to wanting to join VC. What proves that is that he's able to, let's say, okay, countless of those grains of sands. I'm not gonna wink and say that's infinite grains of sand. We can just because I'm arguing multi, 1,001 plus grains of sand. So can we agree that countless is at least 1,001?
Sure.
Okay, boom. So my argument is that the definition for multiverse, which as what I just sent to scans. All right, hold on, wait. Let me read this out loud real quick. A parallel universe, also known as a parallel dimension, alternate universe, or alternate reality. All right. Now, there are differences in those four things I just named, but they all still encompass the same idea, even within their differences. That's what the second scan displays, because it says a parallel universe is its own universe and does not depend on another one. And then it gives you a definition of how a alternate universe is still different, yet still falls under the first scan category. The alternate universe is one that depends on another. So, or alternate realities that depend on another, or alternate dimension that depends on another. But if it's parallel, then they can be existing without the necessary need of another. So U-Haul in this perspective is coming from the alternate realities perspective. All right. Those grains of sands are all literal futures or alternate realities from U-Haul's perspective. They aren't possible things. They aren't chance or hope. which U-Haul goes through it. Actually, I forgot. Everybody doesn't know my scaling, so I got to send the new scans as I talk. Because I know so far you follow me. I know where you can test my point at, which I'm almost there, but this is for the people listening right now. So let me send this. Let me send this. And then I'm going to ask again once I send these. Because like I said, I know you don't necessarily contest this part. You just contest. I know which part you contest, but I'm going to ask you what problems do you have about this? And if you want to say anything, you can, but let it send first.
Here, if you bring up a different like sub point within
No,
the
this will be
point,
the same stuff. This will be the same. Well, not the same stuff, but it'll be just so I can, because I didn't have this certain proof that I have now. I didn't have this the last time we talked. That ain't why I chose to debate you right now, though. But this is what I was trying to say that day, but you weren't accepting it because I didn't have the proof. Now I have the proof, is what I'm saying. So I'm about to send it now, though. Well, not the new proof, but just to catch you up. But it's sending right now. So in scans. All right.
okay, yeah. I'll tell you what I agree to. If you disagree with it, then we'll go from there. What I'm saying is, even U-Haul views these as possible worlds, not as concrete worlds. So these worlds do not exist in actuality in any sense of the word. What happened?
I didn't. I put in scans because y'all heard. I couldn't hear nothing you said, and I don't think y'all can hear nothing I said.
Whatever.
I put scans to tell you to hold on.
How was your
So yeah, I don't know anything you just said, but you can
Okay,
say whatever you want to say.
yeah.
I didn't say.
Yeah, who the fuck is talking?
Where'd you guys go off to?
I don't know.
Alright,
Leak, mute your mic, bitch ass nigga!
Okay, I'm muting Robin too. Okay, so I'm saying U-Haul does not view these grains of sand, as they say, or as he says, as actualities. He views them as possibilities. They do not
That's just
exist
blatantly wrong.
oh my gosh, I'm muting you, Taken. They do not exist in actuality in any sense of the word. Like he
So
can't.
is that your contest?
Is that my what?
Is that your contest? Is that your
Yeah.
main contest of this?
Yes.
So
These grains of
now I'm
sand.
gonna ask you.
Wait. I'm
Now I'm gonna
saying.
ask you, is that your only contest?
Um.
Because remember, I said I knew that was going to be your contest, but I just want to see, is that your only contest?
I don't know. I'd rather take this one point at a time. I'm not addressing multiple points.
Okay. Reason why I said is that your only contest is because while I may agree concrete, and even if you say possibility, so let's say my interpretation or your interpretation still fits the definition. This is what we argued about the first time. Regardless, if that's your contention, I'm not gonna argue if they are, which I still believe and I still can and will argue, but I don't want us to go 40 minutes arguing that same point we did that one day. But let's say your interpretation or my interpretation and apply this to the definition. First, we're going to use my definition. Then we're going to use your definition that they're possibilities. And then we're going to apply it to the definition. And you will still see, regardless if they are possibilities or concrete actualities, the fact that he's dealing with the multiversal range of timelines and or alternate realities and can affect them all simultaneously or independently would prove that that's a multiversal feat. But let's go ahead and actually let's use your interpretation first. So your interpretation is that it's possibilities. All right. Now let's apply that to this definition that I'm about to ping you in. And then we will apply it to versus wiki multiversals, whatever. All right. So I just pinged you in the spot I'm talking about. So let's say there are countless possibilities that we see what he says about them. He watches over them from up high. Every single last one of them he can see clearly, while Ichigo calls them possibilities. Even if the future changes, it's still it just switches to a reality he already saw. Realities that he's already dealt with. All right. Even if you call them possibilities. Now, back to what I just said, a parallel universe, also known as a parallel dimension, an alternate universe, or alternate reality, is a hypothetical, self-contained plane of existence. Hypothetical, self-contained plane of existence, coexisting with one's own. That's literally what the Almighty's doing, bro. That's literally what it is. It's hypothetical, self-contained planes of existence coexisting within one's own. Of course, these realities won't exist if the main reality is gone. But the second definition shows that alternate universes depends on the the primary universe anyways, or alternate realities depend on the primary reality anyways. So just because they're hypothetical or possibilities, or if they're concrete or not concrete, either interpretation still would fit that. Therefore, all I have to prove is that he can create, destroy, or significantly affect 1,001 of those or more, bro. That's now you can go and I'll mute myself until you tell me to say something.
Here, let me think real quick. Matter of fact, this literally does not help you no matter what. So sure. It literally would not help you because nobody. You know what? Go for it. Like they can be parallel worlds or whatever, parallel hypothetical worlds that could possibly exist. I'll grant you that.
So now let me prove that they do exist and that he's actually doing it with it. And I already know where you're going to go with this. And then this is where we can get like the listeners in and stuff. But this is what we argued about the other day now, because you don't believe this part. But let me send it. So like I said, if it's mine, I'm not 50, by the way. I'm in my 20s. All right. If, like I said, regardless of my interpretation or your interpretation, regardless, it doesn't matter, concrete or hypothetical at this point. Not 29 either. All right. I just got a deep voice. I had a deep voice since I was 12. I literally had this voice since I was 12. So y'all leave me alone. All right. Yeah, but what I just sent, that shows.
Yeah, what are you capping for?
So I already know where you're going. You're going to say that so actually, I'm going to wait till you say it so that the listeners can know what points we're talking about. So what I just sent was that it's confirmed, as Rukia says, so once something has been, which means she listened from Orihime's perspective. All right. So she determined or came to the conclusion or was let know or had inside information that Yuha had broke his sword in all possible futures, which we know that's more than 1,000 grains of sands or 1,000 timelines or 1,000 hypothetical self-contained planes of existences. Even in the hypothetical, that's what he had to do, because that's why she wasn't able to fix the sword. All right, now you can say what you want to say.
Okay, this claim has a lot of assumptions stacked on top of it, and I'll point out all of these burdens that you need to fulfill in order for your point to go through. It entails that Rukia has enough knowledge on the Almighty to make a claim that he has broken it in every possible future. It implies that Rukia knows of every possible future that Tensei Zangetsu is broken, and it implies that Rukia knows that Orihime cannot fix that due to the fact that it is broken in every possible future. Specifically, I want to focus on the last one, because even if all of these go through, you literally cannot, it doesn't make sense in context. We know that Orihime's ability is the ability to Basically, it's removing the effect so that, or rather the cause, so that the effect can't occur. It's causality reversal. It's causality manipulation. So what Orihime
Okay.
is doing is removing the
Hold on,
effect.
don't shotgun me right there. Don't
Wait,
shotgun me right
that's
there.
not a
'Cause I
shotgun.
want to contend that point. Well, I want to contend that point real quick. I want to contend that point. So, you're saying that her ability was loopholed by the Almighty because the Almighty didn't actually do anything. It skipped the cause, therefore she couldn't negate the effect. That's basically what you're saying, correct? Now, how that's not the case, all right, is because he also did that with other stuff throughout that she was able to do. All right. And actually, this is the Rukia part. Like I said, Yuha had explained everything basically. Yeah, he did. He told everything about the Almighty to Orihime and Ichigo,
Wait,
who
show
were
that.
actively.
Show that.
That's what those. She was there on those scans I'm sending you. She was there in all of those times he explained it.
Yeah, show that.
These right here.
Show that, because
These
I know
right here.
Rukia wasn't there.
I said
She
Orihime.
wasn't.
I'm talking about Orihime right now.
Okay, if you're talking about Orihime,
Yeah,
like,
so
okay,
listen to my point.
wait.
Yeah,
If you're talking about Orihime,
on.
show. Wait, if you're talking about Orihime, show when Orihime heard that Yuha explained that he destroyed his Bonkai in every possible reality.
Bro, Ichigo's right there as well. Why would she be getting
show.
false information when Orihime and
I don't
Ichigo are
know.
literally
I
on
don't
the
know.
panel? They're on the panel.
I
What do
don't
you
know
mean show
why
you?
they
They're
could. I
on the
don't know why
panel.
they
They're
could
right
be
there.
giving false information. I don't really care either.
Yuha was telling them. So
Show
you're saying
that. Show that you. Wait. Show that you.
I already did.
Wait. Yeah.
Look,
No. But
look,
you didn't. But you didn't.
look,
But you didn't.
look,
You just didn't
this
do
is
it.
Yuha telling.
You didn't.
Everybody who's saying I didn't, he's saying I didn't. If y'all go look in scans right now, I just put look, where he's literally telling Ichigo and Orihime. Ichigo and Orihime are on the panel talking to Rukia.
Okay.
They're literally right there talking to Rukia.
Here. What I'm asking is, I want you to show me a panel where he explains that he destroyed Ichigo's Bonkai in every possible reality, and that is the reason that Orihime cannot, what's the word? Cannot fix Ichigo's sword.
That's literally what that says.
Yeah, but okay.
Even the power of rejection cannot erase that outcome.
I'll give you till 8:35 to fulfill that burden. I'll wait.
How do you want something more verbatim than so once something has been broken in all possible futures, even the power of Orihime can erase that outcome? That's basically that's literally what that scan says. And Ichigo and Orihime are right there. They're literally right there talking to her. Literally right there.
You have not fulfilled the burden. I asked you to prove that Rukia has knowledge upon this, which you just haven't done.
She's getting it from the first-hand source. Bro.
Okay. Prove that they know that. Prove that they know that Ichigo got his Bonkai broken in every possible reality. That's all I'm asking you to fulfill.
Yes, she tried to do it.
And I'm saying that she does not have knowledge on that, and it wouldn't even make sense in the context of the show.
Look at Orihime.
For that to be the reason that he can't use his
Look at what Orihime says before Rukia talks. Orihime says, I'm sorry, Kudo Saki-kun. I couldn't fix your Tensa Zangetsu. That's her speaking. That's her realizing she cannot do it. Back to hold on, wait, because you must have forgot what Orihime can do. Hold on, wait.
I posted this here. I'll post the scan again.
It literally says that. It literally says that.
Here. But I went over. Wait. Stop! Oh my fucking gosh! I went over why Orihime's ability is removing the cause, therefore no effect happens. Therefore, it being broken in every possible reality does not make sense in context, because that's just not how her ability works. Especially when we have especially when we have further context of Tsukishima inserting a cause into the effect, therefore that being the reason that she's able to fix Ichigo's sword. So I'm gonna ask you to fulfill that burden once again.
All played a part within the future that was being broken.
Okay, I'll ask for you to fulfill the burden one more time. I'll mute until you fulfill the burden.
Look. I'm fulfilling the burden. The burden is you're asking for proof that Rukia knows. She's getting it from direct first-hand sources in action. Her and Renji showed up before U-Haul left. All right? U-Haul tells Rukia. Actually, let me send this shit, bro. Because y'all, you be thinking I'm playing. Hold on. Let me send this shit. Because when it's right there in your face, you can't deny it. You be trying, but you can't. Hold on. U-Haul's telling this to Rukia and Renji and Orihime and Ichigo. Do you want the full scan? Or I know you remember that scan. I know you know that scan. I know you do. So he wait. He's giving her inside. Oh no, wait, no. He's giving her. You asked me to prove something, so I'm going my way about proving it. He's giving her inside information on what he can do. All right. It says, "For I shall find the future for what you blah 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 blah, and that's why I'll shatter you." All right. Okay, so he says this to Rukia. All right. Rukia then looks at Orihime and Ichigo and was like, "Hey, what the fuck? Blah, 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 blah. I can't fix this sword. Woo, 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 woo. Wait, so it was broken in all possible futures? You're saying that information isn't valid because she doesn't have knowledge on the Almighty when you are telling her what he can do." Now, that's you also you don't want to give that point because you know the moment you do, that's multiversal. You know the moment you lose this point, that's multiversal. Because all of those futures we established are grains of sands. So if he did that in all possible grains of sands, that means there isn't that future where that happens.
Do you think 1,000?
That's why you need Fukushima to reorder the past. Because all the possible futures, there is no way that she could possibly fix it. You're talking about causes, but he literally did multiple versions of that. You're saying the traps, but you're forgetting like him ripping off Ichigo's horn, him freaking just automatically gut hand in your gut. Like, why could she heal that?
Do you think you proved what I asked you to prove? Because I definitely don't think you proved what I asked you to prove.
I believe everybody listening knows exactly what I'm saying. Literally everybody. You're just being a stickler about this point.
Here. We can either wait. Before we conclude, do you think
we can conclude?
Wait. Do you think 1,000 times breaking, or do you think 1,000 times sword level is like multiversal?
No. See, that's how I know you're looking at it wrong. Those alternate realities where his sword could have been healed in those fashions no longer exist. Meaning those futures are gone. They no longer can be. Meaning those grains of sands are no longer on that beach. Meaning there are different grains of sands that now, different alternate realities that branch out. You're talking about him just breaking the sword. Him breaking the sword also destroyed the other future of where it got healed. Those grains of sands no longer exist. There is no grain of sand where Orihime can fix his sword because he broke it in all possible of those grains of sands. So there are different grains of sands that issue out different futures, but those previous grains of sands no longer exist.
All right, we can move on to oh my gosh. We can move on.
You know you got negged right there. You know you did.
Okay, we can move on to that after we conclude this point. So you can conclude first since.
No, you got it. I basically just went on a whole 30-minute rant. You conclude. What you want me to go again?
Here, I'll conclude. So Rukia says that something's been broken in all possible futures. I asked him to prove that Rukia has knowledge on all possible futures, which he just didn't do, so she does not have knowledge on all possible futures. He didn't demonstrate that she has knowledge on any possible future. I went over why it wouldn't even make sense for this to be the reason that Rukia is Orihime is no longer able to regenerate Ichigo's sword, as there would still be a cause and an effect, even if it was destroyed in every possible future. Orihime's ability works off of causality manipulation. She removes the cause, therefore there's no effect. I went over why Tsukishima stabbing Ichigo and putting a past in which his sword was actually destroyed by normal means, like U-Haul destroyed it so that there was no cause, there was just the effect, but Tsukishima made it so there was an effect, therefore Orihime was able to regenerate his sword. He literally didn't prove that. He proved literally nothing I asked of him, so these possible futures do not exist in actuality in any sense of the word. You can go.
So y'all just heard how he concluded. He went back to don't exist in actual reality when we already established that whether it was my interpretation or his interpretation, it doesn't matter because it says the hypothetical self-contained, meaning whether it's reality or possibilities, that you went with the wrong argument in your conclusion. You really lost right then and there, but let me finish concluding. All right, so at the beginning of that, as you can see, my first two scans, what I established of it being a uni plus realm, but from U-Haul's perspective, it's a multiversal range of alternate realities and or timelines and or futures. If you read the two first scans that I sent on parallel universes in fiction, it also at the bottom would say about it mentions a time traveler decision to change the course of history, but we're not gonna bring that up. Also, I established that whether, like I said, it's parallel universe, parallel dimension, alternate reality, alternate universe, it really still all fits on the multiverse, which you can see in the first scan I sent again. Um, all of these grains of sands, which they use countless, but I'm just arguing 1,001 for right now, are the actual future to U-Haul. All right. Even if you change the future, you're just jumping to another grain of sand that U-Haul already sees, which I sent scans on that to begin with. He also says he can see every last grain of them. And then he says that he cannot do what he did when it says all I can do. If y'all the last scan, let me just ping look again on it so you know it's not a new scan that I'm sending in my conclusion. But the very last one, it says all I can do is influence and change the entirety of fate that I see in mind, which would support Rukia saying all possible futures, it was broken. You said that I did not prove that she would have knowledge on the Almighty. When I first pinged look, she's talking to the first-hand victims of it, which is Orihime and Ichigo, who they are telling her as well. U-Haul literally looks at Renji and Rukia, which I sent before I started my conclusion again at 7:31 on my end. But let me look again so you can see that I sent it before my conclusion. All right. That last look, that's literally him turning around, looking at Rukia and Renji and explaining that he can do this shit in the future or with the futures. Okay, so she had firsthand knowledge even before talking to the people who just got their ass whooped by the Almighty, bro. So they're telling her what he just did to them. She saw him do it before he left. And he says he can influence and change the entirety of fate. The entirety. That would mean all possible futures, bro. Whether it's your interpretation or mine, like I said, it still falls under the hypothetical, self-contained plane of existence that coexists with one's own. Boom. That's my conclusion. That's multiversal, bro. You King could tell you he lost that point too.
Okay, Logan, you wanna judge now or wait?
Nah, that's the point. This is the point right here.
Yeah, I'm judging.
I thought you were judging.
I was like,
You can ask 5,
I'm
6
like,
people. Just put a vote on it. Just put a vote or something. I don't know.
you
Just
get
this
that?
point. Just this one point.
Alright, hold up. Do I have a bot that does polls? Yeah, I do.
I don't know if you're
I
gonna
already know
pause.
there's
They're just
gonna be
gonna
some
meme.
trolls. People be trolling. I want to hear your reasoning. Actually, if y'all want to say something, I'm gonna mute myself. Y'all can give y'all thoughts on it.
I don't know. Do y'all want to get a specific person that's not me in the season? Because I was only half paying attention.
Hey, if y'all heard it, put in main chat yes or something. I don't know. Because I
I
don't want.
I feel like they're gonna
like,
meme. Holy shit.
yeah, they're gonna troll. There's gonna be people like 2 minutes and shit, like, or heard the end of it, or heard your part, or only heard my part. See, we got some not paying attention.
I don't have perms to run it, Logan. What the fuck?
I'll hold up. Take this real quick. I'll hold up, wrong god. Run it. Did not work? Hold up.
Wait, do
Alright,
I have
so
perms now?
yeah, you have like the highest perms in the server.
Obviously, we gonna have the
Yeah,
people
yeah, everybody
He came true.
he's trolling, bro.
don't name chat everyone.
Everybody trolling, bro.
Gambino, I have a question. Gambino. And this will
Bro, he
decide which
literally says I can influence the entirety of fate, and he says that's not proven. He can break all
hold on,
of them.
Gambino,
Come
I have
on,
a
bro.
I have a very important question, nigga.
My bad. Go ahead.
Are you a father?
What the fuck, bro?
I am not a father. No.
Alright, last question. Can you say lower your tone?
Lower your motherfucking tone.
Alright, no, he did not do it. Alright, you know what? Just for that, Gambino gets my vote.
Yes.
No, but
Hey, Ricardo, I have a question.
what happened, Calvin?
What's immortality type 1? I always
I
forget.
have no fucking clue.
Okay, alright. Don't worry about it.
You want to know about the other tiers of immortality?
King, are you immortal to your dad's beatings?
Oh, wow. Okay, so type 1 is eternal life. Okay, that's okay. Alright.
Okay, so are we? I don't know what the fuck's going on. Okay, Gambino, how does this even remotely scale to multiversal? Destroying 1,001 swords.
No, like I said, it's not just the swords. It's those futures no longer exist. Those grains of sand where his sword could have been fixed that way. Like, let's say there was a future or an alternate reality that existed where he can go to, like a blacksmith and get it fixed. That entire alternate reality no longer exists. So you're looking at it as him just breaking the swords, but those actual timelines and those alternate realities also are broken as well. Because now there is no reality where he can go to the blacksmith. There is no reality where he can go to Orime or he can go to Kisuke. There is no reality where he can just fix it himself with his spiritual pressure. He literally destroyed all of those realities as well while destroying his sword.
Okay, show the scan where it says that he's destroying the time space of 1,001 universes, where Ichigo got his sword broken.
The grains of sand represent the time space. The grains of sand represent that
doesn't.
4D structure.
No, it doesn't.
If it does. But it says so each grain of sand has its own linear time. Each grain of sand has its own linear, like whatever. Only way you can get to another grain of sand is by changing the future. Not just living life and then like, oh, let me try harder. Like there's like some future alteration that U-Haul mentions actually. Yes, the future can be changed. Meaning now, instead of this linear course that time was on for you, the future you changed to an alternate reality, meaning you went from one grain of sand to the next grain of sand. All right. That's what he means by changing the future. So all of those grains of sand isn't different moments of the linear future. The linear future all have their own countless grains of alternate realities that exist for each individual future.
Okay, just because the realms have time and space in them does not mean that Yuha is destroying the entirety of the time space within them. I'll just ask you to show the scan where it states that Yuha is destroying the entirety of the time space of all of these realms.
So, like I said, all of the fact that the alternate reality itself as a whole no longer exists, that would prove that.
Yeah, but that doesn't prove that the time space is being nuked. There
That
needs to be like
time
a
space no
statement.
longer
There needs
exists.
to be a statement for that.
That time
the
space
ti-
no longer exists.
Okay, yeah, show that.
No, I'm just saying, in logical thinking, just listen to
Why?
it real quick. How can you destroy and like I said, this reality of me going to the blacksmith to get my sword fixed. Okay, if I destroyed that entire that, it's not going to be just a 4D space with infinite nothing 3D stuff because of that. No, that entire loop is gone. That entire loop is gone. Like it ain't just like, okay, now it's just a void of time space left in that reality. That's why I said you didn't fully understand those first two scans because that's how you're looking at it as. Like, so let's just go back to the first two scans that I sent in scans today. The first two I sent that I asked you if you had any contention on, which I think you had something, but this wasn't your contention, no. Why do you think at the bottom of that they used, or in sci-fi, a time traveler decision to change the course of history? Why do you think they included that?
I don't really know, but that does not prove that they're destroying the
So-
entirety of the time space when they destroy like a random realm. That's just a random hasty generalization.
No, I'm saying that the entire grain of sand no longer exists.
Okay, okay. One,
Do
I'm
you want
asking you.
proof
I'm
of that?
asking. Well, I'm
want
asking you to prove. Wait, I'm
that-
asking you to prove that Yuha is destroying the universe in that realm, and I'm asking you to prove that Yuha is destroying
No,
the
he's destroying
entirety of
the
the time
entire
space.
alternate reality.
Okay, wait.
He's
If you
destroying the
if you show
entire
a if you
alternate
show a
reality.
scan, wait. If you show a scan of him stating that he's destroying the entirety of the universe as well as the time space, I'll just drop this entire
That's
point.
not what I'm claiming.
I'll
That's
give you.
not what I'm
Wait.
claiming.
I'll give you until like 8.
But that's not what I'm claiming. You
55.
can't force me to prove your interpretation of
Wait,
something.
prove
That's
that
not
he's
my claim.
destroying. Wait, prove that he's
not my
destroying the
claim.
time space of it.
That's not my claim.
That he. Okay, so you're not claiming he's destroying the time space of it.
No, I'm not saying he isn't, but that's not my claim. All I
Okay.
have to prove is my claim, which fits
What are you
the
claiming?
multiversal theory. I'm claiming that he destroyed over 1,001 plus alternate realities.
What?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
We've
Are you
already
getting? Are
established.
you getting him the multiversal or no?
Yes.
Okay, so in order for him to be multiversal, he would have to be destroying the time space of 1,001 different universes.
Let me pull this shit up real quick.
Why the fuck is it?
I just wanted to let you guys know that we are currently connected to fucking Brazil, so that's why the VC sounds like shit. Just FYI.
We're connected to where?
Oh, hold up. I did that for the
Brazil.
hot today. Let me fix that.
Why the fuck are we
Fucking
in Brazil? Why would
took us to
anyone want to
Brazil?
go to Brazil?
Paco says the only way he could
Brazil's
talk
nice
in
as
DC
fuck. What do you mean?
is if it
Brazil is
said
not
it-
nice as fuck.
Brazil's so nice.
fuck
What,
said that,
nigga?
bro?
Yeah, you
Who the
get
fuck said
beheaded
that?
for you
Bro,
get
King, shut
beheaded
your
for
bitch
looking
ass
at
up, you black
somebody.
fuck. Go get beat by your dad some more. Ugly ass nigga. Never raise your tone at me like that again, pussy. Watch your mouth,
What
nigga.
the
Don't
fuck,
act up in
nigga?
front of people you don't
Yeah,
know.
don't talk to
Who are
Rob.
you
Shut your bitch
talking
ass up, nigga. Nah,
to,
shut your
bro?
bitch
What the
ass up,
hell?
nigga. Alright,
Yeah, don't
Ricardo,
talk to
anyways.
Rob like
What?
Brazil's
Nah, bro. I'm not taking that from you, bro. Nah.
Brazil is like the entirety of Baltimore.
Nah, it's
Nah, bro,
worse, bro.
Brazil
It's
is like
worse,
this.
bro. Actually worse.
It probably is
Man.
worse.
Alright, no, there's nowhere on earth worse than fucking Baltimore, bro.
Nah, it's called Brazil.
King, that just was simply unfunny, my nigga.
That's unfortunate.
I'm not. Was I trying to be funny? I'm not trying to be funny.
Why are you
trying
getting
to-
frustrated? Why are
That's
you getting
cap.
frustrated?
Yeah, man.
Why you
Why you
getting
getting
frustrated?
frustrated, bro?
Brazil
You got
is 1, 2,
Why you
3,
getting
4,
frustrated?
5, 6. Top 10
I'm not getting
in the worst
frustrated. I
countries.
just lagged out.
And Baltimore is top fucking 1, bro.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, it
My
does have the
favorite
highest
country.
crime rate.
My favorite country.
Bro, honestly, Africa should get blown up.
Africa?
Hey,
No,
watch
you're
Yeah,
spitting.
nuke Jamaica.
You're really
Oh, cause
spitting.
think about it. Hold on. Think
What's
about
wrong with
it.
Jamaica?
Niggas always feel like there's children
Bro,
in
let them
Africa.
give reasoning.
Like, nigga, if you blow up Africa, what children can't eat?
Robin, you're from
Yo,
you're from
solving
Africa.
world,
Robin, you're spitting, bro.
solving
You're
world
spitting.
problems, bro.
Nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm not in Africa right now, am I? I'm not starving. That
Nah,
nigga King
Robin.
is. Take him out of his misery.
I'm not in Africa, dickhead.
Yes, you are, bro. You're the king of Zimbabwe.
Nigga is in Zimbabwe right now.
Literally.
No, I am not. Nigga, you're in Afghanistan. Hello.
Bro.
Notice how the VC went silent, my nigga.
Bro,
Bro,
I would
oh
not let
God.
nigga do me like that.
I'm not trying to be funny. When did I say I was trying to be funny?
Give it a rest, bro.
I'm placing Ken under arrest. That nigga robbed the bank for sure. Look at his skin color.
Dude, you bombed the Eiffel Tower, bro. I don't want to hear it.
Eiffel Tower? Why the fuck would I go after Paris, pussy?
Chris,
Like,
what are you talking
literally,
about?
who's in Paris?
Niggas in Paris.
Nigga.
But you know who not in Paris? Kingsley Logan.
Yo, Wade.
White.
By the way, my Wi-Fi might go out randomly.
And Paris is
A
boring as
serious
shit. That
question.
nigga Toby went there. He did not have a good time, bro.
Jeremiah, look in your DMs.
That nigga Toby got exposed to water and didn't like it. African ass nigga.
Y'all know that scene in fuck, I forgot which Spider-Man it was.
In Berserk,
When Sandman
in
got
Berserk,
exposed to the water.
No, you mean in Berserk where Griffin rapes Casca?
What is wrong
Never
with you?
happened.
What is wrong with you?
I am
Come on.
Jeremiah
Wait,
Lawyer.
where's
I do not
Gambino
like
at?
the
I gotta ask him a serious question.
Hold on, I'm closing up this story real quick. I got my headphones though.
Oh, okay. Were you like a civil rights activist?
If you like Pornhub,
The fuck kind
you'll
of
love
question is
Pornhub
that?
Live.
Who the fuck?
Introducing
Or
Pornhub
could I know
Live,
that
Okay,
people
the
doing
next
Ricardo, you're
level
not
of your
funny, dude.
Pornhub
What
What is
happened?
wrong with you?
Oh fuck, my
Let's
bad, my
just-
bad, my bad,
It's
my bad.
totally live.
As Jeremiah
I was
Lawyer,
about to say, I know
Jeremiah,
that
I
you
advise
doing
you
that
not
shit,
to
bro.
look in DMs. I advise you not to look in DMs. Sorry.
Guys, is it just me or does Jeremiah kind of remind you of like when Jabba the Hutt was like, Cheeto, Skywalker?
You know, I would not have known what scene you were talking about.
Nigga, get your internet check.
Unless
Unless
Yeah, I
that
thought that
me.
was me. I thought the internet
Unless
was
you
about to get
like
knocked the
had you
fuck
not
out
seen
of me.
Skywalker.
Nigga, get your internet check, nigga. The hell? That African internet don't go good, huh? That's crazy. My bad.
No, cause why you sound like the dude from Family Guy that got the list? I'm being dead serious right now. I'm not even trying to be funny.
I don't even sound like him. You're retarded.
You do. You do. You have the exact voice.
You're capping. Do you watch the show?
Yes, I used to. Anyway, that shit's not funny anymore.
Yeah, it's not. But yeah, I think your hearing is flawed.
What are y'all niggas talking about?
All right.
He's not-
Gambino, it's been a while.
Robin, you know
I
that
gave
guy
you
from
like
Family Guy that got the list.
I gave you like a
I'm back.
5-minute burden and you
Back,
just didn't.
I told you I was closing the store. All right. So Back to the very first scan I sent. All right. Where it has alternate realities within that. All right. Hypothetical self-contained planes of existence coexisting with one's own. All right. So if he's destroying 1,001 plus, or he says all, which I would just call infinite and could get you high multi, but I'm just going to say 1,001 plus of these alternate realities, that will by default be multiversal.
You didn't show that he's destroying the time space of 1,000. You didn't show that he's destroying the time space of all of these things.
That would be irrelevant once we've already moved past my first scan. When I asked if you had any contentions, then
what
alternate would exist even in hypotheticals, meaning the actual you showing you a feat of the actual time phase appearance is irrelevant. All I have to show is that he was able to destroy, create, or significantly affect 1,001 plus alternate realities, parallel universes, parallel dimensions, alternate universes, or alternate realities. Which the one I proved was alternate realities.
Okay, one, that's just not how you get high multi, like, in the slightest. Like,
I didn't say
rather not high multi. Multi, that's not how you get uni plus. Like, based off of what you've shown, this is maybe like a wall level feat.
A wall level feat?
Yeah, if you really go wild with it, that is a wall level feat.
Kidding me? Now I know you don't know. First of all, just the harms
I'll just show the tiering system.
Oh no! First of all, just the harms on Getsu, you have to scale to Ichigo, and you know this. So, well, wall level
That's
is
at
just
least
so
small building, bro. Like, come on.
No, if you grab a sword in your small building level and you go hit Kenpachi, you will fucking break your fucking arms, neck, and back. You know this. You have to literally.
But that would just go back to where Ichigo scales, and it doesn't really matter. So, this is the definition of like multi.
I'm sending this.
It's not just
I'm sending it.
It's just not it's not just affecting things of this magnitude.
I'm sending this game.
So I would need you to demonstrate that he can significantly affect the entirety of the time space, the universal size time space of the bleach phase. Or destroy it.
Well, that's boring to prove. That's boring to prove. I mean, who wants to prove that he can destroy those 3 rounds?
Nigga, what?
I'm proving. I want to prove the shit that people can't prove. Damn it! I could have been just did the uni and the high uni and shit, and we could have been moved on. But I want to beat you on this point. God damn it! That's why we're here. All right, so let me get this other scan real quick.
He talks like a black dad.
Muting Robin.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Stop.
He talks like a black dad.
Muting King too, because he did literally the exact same thing.
It's sending. It's almost done, about 70. So back to you trying to like I said, I don't you but I think when you read it, you were like upset, or you had like another favorite series at the time, so you really weren't paying attention, because you forget a lot of stuff, and you like,
is he lagging for everyone else?
Prove that.
Yeah.
Am I lagging?
Yeah, like bad. I can't even hear you. Whoa, what the fuck?
Y'all hear me?
A little bit.
Can y'all hear me?
Say a sentence.
Oh, hold on. Fuck. It can't. I'm low, or I'm cutting in and out, or what?
You're cutting in and out. I think it's fine now.
Okay, so.
But yeah, in order for that to work, where would Ichigo scale? Oh no, now he's back to life.
Well, hold on. We'll focus on that point in a second. The chat believe in that shit, and like I said, when you know Bleach, you know you can't say that because then they're gonna lowball that shit. So just for the people who don't know Bleach, goddamn it, if you read the Kenpachi scan, okay, so you can't cut, your abilities won't work, your techniques won't work, none of that. If you're far outscaled or whatever else, even if you read what Kenpachi says, even with the energy that unconsciously leaks out of them, meaning if Aizen turns his back to you and you don't scale to him, you can walk up and try to cut his fucking neck off, and that you're short of damn near break. So you cannot, him being wall level just doesn't make sense because you have to scale to Ichigo's sword at that time, anyways, to break it in all possible futures. So you have to scale to his sword essentially that many times instantly. All right, the blind listeners. Okay, blah 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 blah. Shall I explain why you can't cut me? It's no great secret really. When two spiritual forces collide, the weaker of the two absorbs the impact. That's all there is to it. In short, the killing sword you've created by honing your spirit energy to its limits is weaker than the spirit energy leaking out of me unconsciously. It's quite simple, really. I can't believe it. Wait, blah 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 blah. Battles of spirit. I'll suppress your techniques and powers with my own spirit energy. So, yeah. So, actually, you nagged yourself. You nagged yourself because, well, no, never mind. No, you didn't. I guess as far as AP scaling, you nagged yourself, which this is an AP scale. I mean, it isn't quite the versus wiki, but as far as AP scaling, if he actually did his sword, which, I mean, if you want to say planetary, if you want to, I mean, I highly doubt it's fucking planetary. If you want to say universal, if you want to say galaxy, multi-galaxy, whatever the hell you want to say, if he did countless of those in countless alternate realities, that's a multiversal feat, bro. That's a multiversal feat. You don't have to show them literally destroying it to be able to scale somebody to multiversal. That's a multiversal feat. Egg yourself bringing that up.
Okay, we can move on from this because I just don't think that you even remotely proved anything I asked you to, anything at all.
I proved that regardless of where you scale Ichigo, he could not have broken his sword if he did not scale to that. Then he had to do it countless times in countless alternate realities.
We can conclude on the whole point because I don't think you proved anything that I asked you to.
I have Ichigo Universal. All right.
Why?
Because he literally, the two scans I just sent, he literally cut the thing in half.
Yeah, well, that will have to go circular. So.
No, he literally cut
contingent upon that.
He literally cut the Soul King in half.
Why is the Soul King universal?
We just learned you cannot cut it unless you scale to it.
Why is the Soul King universal?
Oh my fucking gosh. Love to hear this guy. So we already established, and I know you cannot backtrack on this. We already established that it's a Uni Plus realm in physicality. As far as the physical realms that exist, it's Uni Plus, which actually they have Kyogokus, which are actually separate dimensions as well. So it's actually bigger than that. But I don't feel like hitting you upside the head with some light novel shit. But technically it's bigger than that. But yeah, we already established that it's a Uni Plus realm. All right. His power literally holds it together. Literally. Okay, the removal of his power crumbles it all together. All right. Okay, so and he created all of these realms, which it says in the theme, the creation or destruction. So all of these realms are created from his actual power. Okay, which that's a known thing.
He can be holding together a universe, sure. I don't really care. It's not Uni Plus.
Oh, Uni Plus.
Also, I don't know why this scales to his durability at all.
Why do you think you? So only no random person could have went up there and sliced him.
Why
you
not?
have to.
There's a whole
as-
reason. There's a whole reason why the Soul King has like royal guards and multiple people guarding him to protect him.
Because I sent 2 scans.
What?
That's why. Now you send the
Dog,
scans,
what?
or you send proof. You said, why can it be that I already sent 2 scans?
And
Why
I
it is?
already, okay, yeah, and I gave reasoning as to why this doesn't apply for the Soul King, and it doesn't apply passively, especially when the fucking Soul King probably doesn't even have a brain to process these things.
So the fact that Yamamoto has lieutenants and stuff means that, okay, he doesn't scale to his durability now because he has people protecting him.
No,
That's literally
because we have reason to think that Yamamoto is strong, based off of the statement.
So you saying Yamamoto? We don't have reason to think the Soul King is strong. So the Soul King currently
we don't have any reason to think that it scales to his durability specifically.
Soul King
especially when you're off guard in Bleach, it negs your durability.
No. Kenpachi literally just consciously.
Oh my gosh, dude! Do you not know about Gin against? Do you not know about Gin against Kenpachi? Or not Kenpachi? Do you not know about Gin against Aizen?
No, Aizen was not off guard. He literally let that happen. What are you talking?
Okay, Gin's entire plan is the fact that he wanted to hit him off guard.
No, he wanted to stop Kyoko Sugetsu.
No, he wanted Aizen to let his guard down and then hit him.
Who is the off? What are you talking about? There is no off guard.
That's the entire reason Aizen's able to.
Grabbed his sword and said his only weakness in the show. That's the entire reason that he grabbed his sword.
That's him letting his guard down and then Gin being able to hit him. If Gin was just always able to kill Aizen, he could have killed Aizen at any time, especially when he didn't have overpowered ass regen with the Hogyoku. It makes zero sense for him to do that.
No, he couldn't have. He could never have killed Aizen without
so then he would have just, oh my gosh. So then he would have just like, that just helps my point. It's either he couldn't have killed Aizen and specifically did it when he's off guard, or Aizen, or he could have killed Aizen at some point and then just didn't for some reason. That being that he's waiting for Aizen to be off guard.
Aizen was not off guard.
Okay, if he's not off guard, then Gin could have killed him at any point in the series.
No, he needed Kyoko deactivated.
Why? What?
What do you mean, why? That's the dumbest response you can make.
I'll go on to
why. You know, Bleach, stop saying them dumbass questions.
I'm saying why is that the only reason?
He has a whole monologue saying how fearsome Aizen is with all his precautions. He's literally riding Aizen's dick on Kyoko Sugetsu. He's literally waited years and years and years and years to learn Kyoko's weakness. He literally waited for a moment that he thought he caught Aizen off guard. Aizen purposely let his sword out for Gin to do it because he wanted to see how Gin would try to kill him. He literally said,
"Yeah, sure." I'm saying Gin would think that Aizen's off guard.
No, he thinks Kyoko's deactivated.
What? Do you think he couldn't? He could have literally touched Aizen's sword at literally any point in the series, but he chose to do it when Aizen's off guard and thinks that Gin is his most trustworthy subordinate.
Not off guard. Look right there at him. What are you talking about?
He's off guard to him trying to murder him. What are you talking about?
He's not on guard. He's on guard. Actually, Gin was just waiting for a moment where he could reasonably grab.
Aizen literally says verbatim, "I was curious to see how you take my life." So he doesn't even know how he's going to kill him.
First of all, wait, send that.
Sure. Right there, looking scans.
Now let's break this down real quick. I kept you close, aware of your plan. I knew. I kept you close, aware of your plan.
Cool.
Because I was curious how you life. Gin was waiting for Kyoko to be gone.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
all he cared about.
I'm saying Aizen would think that Gin would think that he's off guard.
if
He would be
Aizen
off
was
guard till he
on
circled
guard,
back.
listen, if Aizen was on guard and Ging knew his Kyoko was deactivated, he still would have tried to kill him. His thing wasn't whether on guard or not. It was, damn, if is Kyoko active or not? That's all he cared about, bro. He waited the perfect moment to deactivate it. I didn't read the Aizen.
He could have literally just touched his Kyoko Suigetsu at literally any point in the series, but he chose to do it then when Aizen's like off guard at his most like
because you touch it. Hold on, wait. You can be touching a fake Kyoko Suigetsu. You do know that, right?
That's possible?
No, it's not just possible. It's been done. He literally says it to Yamamoto. How do you know that this is it? How do you know this is it or not?
Okay, so how did Gin know that that was it there?
That's the risk he took.
So he could have taken that risk at literally any point if he's willing to take. We can move on.
No.
Holy shit. Holy shit. We can move on.
No. He didn't have that moment to do it any other time. He had to learn that was his weakness. You aren't born knowing his weakness. He touches it in the turn back the pendulum arc. Okay, he still didn't know. He didn't know that was his weakness.
Aizen could have known it. Or
okay, he touches it
as soon as he figured out his weakness, he could have done it. We can move on. As soon as he figured out his weakness, he could have done it. We can move on.
When did he find out his weakness?
I don't fucking know. It was before. It was before this though.
Show me when it was.
It was when Gin was like really young. I can get the scan.
No, that's not okay. Show it to me then. Show me that's when he found out the weakness to Kyoko Suigetsu.
Sure.
He could have found out the weakness the day before.
It's when Gin is a literal child. Holy shit.
That's literally just as probable as what you're trying to say.
It's when Gin is a genuine child.
Show it to me. That's when he finds out the weakness.
I already posted it. I already posted it.
That's not showing that that's when it happened.
He says it took decades to get that out of you,
yes.
And then it shows oh my gosh, I don't know why you're talking, and then it shows a picture of Aizen and Gin being a child.
No, that's when it started. It took decades from that.
Prove it.
Like I said, it's just as liable. Both are just as liable.
Okay, no, I'm saying mine has a higher preponderance because it's like literally just in the scan. He's saying that it took decades to get it out of him, and then right after he says that, it shows a picture of Gin and Aizen talking as a child. We can move on. We can have whoever judges. I don't.
No, because you were going with the point.
I don't think that you have any scaling for your character right now.
Yes, I've already got to multiversal.
You have not.
That point.
Here, we can ask the judge. Has he gotten his character to multiversal? Because every single burden that I asked him to prove, he just didn't prove.
I legit did.
Y'all want to like do like a full thing on like conclusion of like multiversal Bleach? Or?
Sure.
Like I said, the moment the alternate realities, he already lost. I don't have to show Goku destroying a multiverse or destroying a time space to scale him to multiversal. That's not what you can't make somebody do that. That was never my claim. My claim was that he destroyed alternate realities, 1,001 plus of them. We already agreed what alternate realities was with my first 2 scans that I sent. And I asked you when I first sent the scans, do you have any contentions with them? Your contentions had nothing. Your contentions was possibilities versus actualities. I negged your possibilities point. I negged it. I said we can give you the possibilities point and scaled using possibilities and still won that point. So that was your only contention with alternate realities. I don't have to show him destroying 1,000 time spaces to scale the multiversal. Every multiversal character doesn't have those feats. All I have to do is logically scale him to that, which I did by showing that he can destroy 1,001 plus alternate realities. I told you the moment that happened, the debate was already over. We don't have to continue to that. That's fact. Every multiversal character does not have multiversal feats. You scale it based off who they fought and what they did, which I've done that.
Here, okay, I'll just give my conclusion. I'll count that as your conclusion or whatever. He said that they're just possibilities. I said sure. He said that Yuha's destroying these. He said that Yuha destroyed his sword in all future possibilities. Not only did I say, okay, this is like wall level, but this isn't even actually what's happening. The character who says this has zero knowledge on Yuha's ability and would not know in any she would just have no possible way of figuring out that Yuha destroyed his sword in any possible realities. Every possible reality.
We've already had that.
I'm concluding. I asked him to show this, that she would have knowledge on every possible reality, and he just didn't. I also went over how logically he couldn't have been destroying every possible reality as his way of breaking Ichigo's sword, because Orihime's ability works off of cause and effect. Yuha destroyed his sword so that there was just an effect. So Orihime couldn't revert the cause because there was no cause. Tsukishima comes in and then implants a cause, therefore Orihime is able to manipulate it. Then he went on to, okay, my character destroys his sword in 1001 different universes, whatever, parallel worlds, so therefore that's a uni plus feat. He even admitted at his conclusion that Yuha does not have a multiverse, or rather a multiversal feat of him destroying time spaces. So I don't know what the fuck is going on here. With the Gin thing, I went over how off guard and Bleach would neg your durability with Gin. I think that's kind of self-explanatory. I'm pretty sure you heard that point, and he just didn't demonstrate that him being off, or yeah, I just went over logically why it would make the most sense for him to do it before this point when Aizen was weaker rather than now. So I don't think Gambino won a singular point throughout this entire debate.
That's funny. That's funny. Like I said, it was already over once that poll went in. I don't. Why do we continue? And like I said, I didn't. Oh, my bad. I forgot. People were giving their points.
So yeah, I think Gambino lost. You know, Reiji like gave reasoning on why, like, if like Gambino's interpretation was like actually what happened, and like Orihime's ability like wouldn't would have worked, and then like it just didn't work. Like he's really just like destroyed.
He gets the it took decades verbatim scan, but I don't get the verbatim broken in all future scan. That's like the most retarded thing. As U-Haul says, he can do the entirety. Why are we reconcluding that point? We already concluded that. That's why I interrupted you. We weren't supposed to be concluding. That's a totally new point. Anyways, we had already concluded.
You said that. You both said that in your conclusion. At least Reiji did.
No. Had already concluded that point though. He brought back old information into this new conclusion, and now you're addressing old information. We were supposed to be talking about this the affecting people unconsciously with the spirit pressure or scaling to somebody in a sense of direct scaling. We had already left the alternate reality stuff alone. I didn't conclude on I didn't restate my earlier conclusion.
Well, I thought this was just like a whole like conclusion on like multiversal like as a whole.
That's why I cut him off, and he kept going. Hey, you're doing. I didn't do that. Like I didn't.
I was like, you want to conclude like multiversal as a whole, and y'all were like, "Yep."
Yeah, that's why I did it, because I concluded multiversal Bleach as a whole.
Yeah, you concluded earlier conclusion stuff when I didn't reiterate my earlier conclusion stuff. If that's why it sounds like you're point one right now, because he didn't rehear my earlier conclusion stuff. I was just saying based off what we were recently talking about after that last conclusion.
Okay, then you can just go through the entire thing and then state your conclusion on the entire multiversal thing. I still don't think that you won it at all.
Oh, I definitely did. So like I said, with the very first two scans I sent, he had no contention when I asked him and the listeners if they had any. Remember, I kept tagging look. Remember, I kept doing that look stuff in my last conclusion. I literally went point for point on it. All right. So now I got to do the look stuff again. Boom. I just put look. I sent those scans before the debate started. Before the debate started, he had no contentions on it. His only contention was hypothetical versus concrete realities. All right? Or possibilities versus concrete realities. All right? Which I said my interpretation and his interpretation still fit the definition. So I literally gave his interpretation just to continue the debate. All right. With his interpretation, I still proved my point because if you read where I put look, it says hypothetical self-contained plane of existence, coexisting with one's own. What does hypothetical mean? That can mean possible as well. We know that. That's literally an interchangeable word. Okay. Alternate realities is also listed in there as well. Okay. So now let me do my second look theme. Now I just put look again in scans. That thing right there is showing that he's able to see all of these futures or alternate realities or timelines or whatever else. All right. He can see all of them clearly. And he can influence. I know y'all remember this shit. He can change the entirety. He literally says what Rukia says. Yuha says it verbatim. He can influence and change the entirety of fate that he sees in his. What does that mean? He can influence and change the entirety of those grains of sands, which are futures. He can influence and change them. So when Rukia then says it was broken in all possible futures, that's backed up by Yuha saying it a chapter or two before. All right. Rukia shows up and Yuha tells Rukia to her face and Renji to his face about the power, which let me put look so you know I'm not sending nothing new. This is stuff that we already said, already talked about, already agreed upon, already concluded on, already lost on. So I just put look again. That shows him literally looking at Renji and Rukia. You don't see Rukia on the panel, but that's literally who he's talking to, which he knows that. All right. So that's him proving that he can do it on every possible one. Rukia saying he could do it every possible one. Rukia having firsthand knowledge from Orihime and Ichigo. All right. Me also saying that 1,001 of those alternate realities, which are grains of sands, if he removes them, those grains of sands literally go away. New grains of sands would then emerge. Why? Because those alternate realities where he could get his sword fixed at the blacksmith no longer exists. The alternate reality where he got his sword fixed, that entire reality is gone. That entire reality. He's talking about time, space. The entire reality is gone. The entire reality is gone. That reality no longer exists. That future no longer exists. That grain of sand no longer exists. All right. And then even stemming from that, with logical scaling, the next two scans that I sent show that you can't damage, hurt, cut, slice, ability, technique, anything that basically scales above you in the Bleachverse. All right. This is why what's it called? Ichigo couldn't cut Kenpachi even when Kenpachi stood still and told him to. All right. The next part is that Ichigo also basically actually before this point had just sliced the Soul King, which holds together this Uni plus realm, which we know cannot be cut unless you scale to that type of realm. You can't just take Rukia and send her to the Soul Palace and cut them in half. You can't do that. You need somebody who's on that level. So Ichigo, cuts this Uni plus person, all right? And Yuha breaks Ichigo's shit in countless alternate realities. That's Uni plus countless times, bro. Which, like I said, that's just logical scaling. So I did it your way, my way. I did it the right way. I did it the in-between way. I used your interpretation. I used my interpretation. Every interpretation still leads to that. Boom.
You fucking killed him, nigga.
Okay, and now can you Logan. Did you hear a single Uni plus feat in that entire tangent?
Him cutting the Soul.
Where you none like directly or anything.
What'd you say?
So
none like directly or anything. No.
Okay, so
no,
what the fuck is this?
You didn't say No, Reiji, I'm asking you. You didn't hear me say he cut the Soul King.
I already went over that. That was wrong.
So that's Uni Plus. I don't care if
No,
you say
that's
it's
not
wrong.
Uni Plus.
Scan saying it's right. I got Scan saying it's right.
And I debunked the scans. I don't know why.
No, you didn't.
He's got the scans, nigga.
I literally got the scans.
I
You cannot cut it if you scale to it.
Yeah, and I already went over why that was wrong, especially in this case.
He created every realm. How does he
Already
not
went
scale to his own creation?
I went
That's
over
Uni
why it here. I already went over why it was wrong. I'm not gonna.
No,
repeat
go over
my
it right
entire
now.
thing. I'm not going
Now.
to repeat the thing that I
This
once
all of
repeated in
these
the debate. I went over in my conclusion, and then I'm going to go over it now. No, what the fuck?
Not scale his own creation.
Because then it's just gonna keep going over and over again, and you're just gonna keep being
Why does
stubborn
he
about it.
Gambino, don't mind it, bro. You already won. You destroyed this nigga.
I didn't even hear that. I'm pissed. What'd you say?
I say you beat him, nigga. Don't worry. Just continue.
Of course. Like I said, my earlier conclusion was that was it right there. We didn't need to continue after that.
Gambino, would you say that you're the superior intellectual in this conversation?
No, I mean, of course, I'm gonna feel that way, but not Reggie. I'm not gonna take no credit away.
Yeah,
from him.
he's up there. You're
intelligent.
just better, right?
Of course, man.
Okay.
Bro, aren't you a terrorist?
Actually, I can't put a reading on him yet. I don't know if he's devil's advocate. I don't know if he just likes to go the opposite way on debates. I don't know his full angle yet, but he's cool though.
No, hold
he's
on.
cool.
you're just
Gambino,
better.
like, can you explain like this, like cutting the Soul King, like thing more about it real quick?
Yeah. So, like I said, only select few people could even be nominated to be a Soul King. Only select few people could even harm even a immobilized Soul King. Only select few people can do such. All right. So you have to, which, like I said, these two scans, real quick, or ping you. Those two scans right there show that if you don't scale to it, you cannot cut it. You will literally just break your hands or something. Which you all knows this too. Like only Yuha and Ichigo, Aizen, Yamamoto was dead. Like only select few Ichibei, select few people could do that. So he cut the Soul King before he fought Yuha, because Yuha ended up absorbing all of the Soul King, all of that shit. Okay. Also,
how was that Uni Plus?
In full power,
I don't
because Soul King created the Uni Plus realms. He created all of it with his power.
And then I'll go over my
Yeah.
IQ.
He sustains. No, just listen real quick. He sustains all of these realms too, just by existing. Just by existing, Logan, and he knows this.
No, hold on. So it's just like you watch Scales of the Soul King created Uni Plus realms.
Well, Yuha is actually above the Soul King now because he is the Soul King, and he has his.
Reiji, would you say to that?
Yeah, you tell him, nigga.
Here, I'll go over
Wait.
I'll go over how I refuted that. I said, why does it scale to his durability? He brought up the Kenpachi scan. I said, well, this probably doesn't apply. He just has a bunch of like guards next to him, and he's like immobile. He doesn't even have a brain at this point, and we know this would function off of the brain. He has no arms. Here, for context, he has no arms, legs, internal organs, no brain, like none of that.
Feel. I told you
Like
that.
he just doesn't. He doesn't have any. Wait, I don't know why you're talking. I was silent during your conclusion.
This ain't a conclusion.
Oh, I was silent when I was explaining whatever. Cause like the fuck.
But you don't remember me saying that, and now you're saying you don't have a brain. That's irrelevant.
What are you talking? I've been said that he didn't have a brain. You just didn't refute that during the debate. So the Soul King doesn't. The Soul King doesn't have a brain, arms, or legs, as you can see in the scan that I sent. So I'm like, okay, this probably doesn't scale to him, especially what the fuck, especially when he doesn't have, like, he has a bunch of armed guards protecting him from people who could possibly try and kill him. So I'm like,
Only
okay, based off
what
of all of this, we can conclude that it probably doesn't scale to his durability. And even
Logan,
if
only
the
Ichigo
soul,
could have cut.
what the fuck are you talking for, dog? Even
Because
if,
you're trying to
the
add,
soul,
like I didn't
even
say
if,
that. I
wait,
cut you off
I'm
earlier
saying
for this reason.
I'm saying even if the Soul King did have like a
His
brain or
will,
whatever, and destroying him and killing him was
part of his
a feat or
everything he
whatever,
wanted.
it would not scale to Uni Plus, as there's no time space being manipulated on a universal scale. So at best, it would get him to baseline Uni, which doesn't fucking matter.
That's
He's just
literally
baseline
one
Uni, but he
Logan.
didn't win the
Once
point, so it
got
wouldn't
cut in
matter.
half,
I don't know
everything
if you
started to
heard
crumble.
my conclusion properly because he
Everything,
kept talking over me.
everything. Everything started to crumble. The moment
But
he
I
got
got
cut,
one more
the
thing.
Unit
So,
Plus rounds
what does the
all started.
Kenpachi scan like indicate? By the way,
You say what?
what does like the Kenpachi scan like indicate?
The Kenpachi scan indicates that when Ichigo cuts him, he wouldn't have been able to do it if he didn't scale to him. Which Reiji sent the scan. He cuts him in half. You cannot cut it if you don't scale to it. All right. Now, this Soul King who's in that crystal, he says he doesn't have a brain and limbs and all of that stuff.
Wait,
That's irrelevant.
Reiji,
That's irrelevant.
I kind of like don't get what you're saying, Reiji, right? So like you're just saying like he doesn't have a brain, so he can't like activate like whatever
Okay,
is used to amp your durability and boost.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is he doesn't have a brain, he doesn't have arms, he doesn't have legs, and he has a bunch of armed guards, the royal guards, standing out in front of him, protecting him, specifically so that he doesn't get killed. I'm saying from this we can conclude that it probably doesn't scale to his durability because the strongest characters in the Gotai 13 are protecting him from being killed. If he was just universal durability, like obviously not everybody in the verse is universal durability. If he was just universal durability, they wouldn't have to worry about anybody killing him because who the fuck is going to kill him? But wait, oh my gosh, what the fuck? Why are you talking? Why do you keep constantly interrupting?
Because you're lying to him. You're lying.
The judge just doesn't. The judge is just not going to hear my point that I made in the
Tell him to stop lying.
You keep interrupting.
He's lying. Stop lying.
You're lying. Literally lying. You're literally.
But you can't Gambino say what he's lying like after he says that.
Okay, I'm saying he has a bunch of armed guards, which are the strongest characters in the verse, which Yuha scales above, protecting the Soul King. It probably doesn't scale to his durability if Ichigo accidentally killed him. Like after all of the armed guards were dead, Ichigo accidentally killed the Soul King. So it probably doesn't scale to his durability specifically, and he never proved that it did scale to his durability, which I pointed out would at best be universal baseline, not Uni Plus.
Probably. Stop saying
Gambino.
Probably.
What did he lie about?
He lied about saying, first he said the Gotai 13, which none of those guards are in the Gotai 13. Okay, so that's number one. The next thing he lied about was that there aren't people who are universal. So if he was really universal, they wouldn't have had to guard him. When U-Haul, they literally are guarding him because U-Haul's on the way. Literally. Like, so you just, that's literally lying. It's not like Renji was on the way and they were like, hey, let's grab the guards. Hey, Renji's on the way. Let's protect the Soul King. No, it's literally the Stern Ritter and U-Haul himself on the way. You're lying to him, bro. If Renji walks up to the Soul Palace and tries to cut him, he's not getting cut, bro. If a city dweller wants to go cut the Soul King, he's not getting cut, bro. You have to scale to him. Now, where does he scale? He created all of these realms from nothing. So that means he's a Uni Plus realm person just by creation alone. Ichigo then cuts this person in half who you can't cut unless you own his level. That would put Ichigo at Uni Plus. We know this is the case because the moment he cut the Soul King, every single realm started to fall apart. All of them, bro. Literally all of them. the Garganta, the Dangai, the Kyogokus, the Ryokus, Hueco Mundo, Soul Society, the Serite, the Living World. Everything, literally, the entire everything started to literally fall apart as he cut them. So how is that city level when the entire universe or universe plus realm shit is literally falling apart and being destroyed? Literally falling apart, being destroyed. Literally. He cannot debunk that because he knows that's facts. That's facts.
Literally,
It
nigga.
happened. Oh, my mama.
So I mean, is Reiji
On
just
his
saying
mama.
like the people? He's like needed people who are like scale much weaker than that or something to protect him. So like his like actual like physical like durability wouldn't actually like that level.
He got the dick all in his mouth. Look.
They are
Nah,
Bro,
but
this nigga Forka is a wanted Al Qaeda member.
they aren't much weaker than him, by the way. If he said that, the guards literally existed before creation as well, except Hikafune.
yeah. Wait. So did y'all go over that? Did you just say like
No, we did
the
not
guy?
go over that within the debate.
Tell you, fine, no. That's what he was implicating. When that's a lie, they existed before creation as well. Each bay existed before all of that.
We just didn't go over in the debate.
Alright, so if he didn't just say like that, it did just like makes the guards uni or something.
Yeah, like so.
By the way, notice how he's not refuting the fact that I said at best, even if we give him literally the highest possible interpretation, it's just a baseline uni feat.
Yeah, he didn't even go over that like in his conclusion.
Well, on our last debate, we already agreed on uni plus realm. Then you said, okay, now show me the time spaces.
Yeah,
don't try to back.
Oh my gosh!
Now,
oh my gosh,
bro, don't do that.
I said that the
now
realms.
You try to take uni plus.
Dude, what are you talking? Are you gonna let me talk, or are you just gonna keep just talking
because
until the judges disagree? Okay, so
you said
oh my gosh, I'm not even disagreeing that I said that. I'm giving context as to what I said that. I said the realms can be uni.
Stop disagreeing, nigga.
I said the realms can be uni plus, sure. But what he just never showed a feat that they were scaling to the time space. So I don't know what the fuck he was talking about.
So you just said sure, I guess is uni plus. You just did all of that to say sure again.
I didn't say that it was uni plus. What the fuck?
Like,
this is like if you agreed that a verse. This is like if you agreed that a verse had an outer versal cosmology, and then you saying that somebody like shaking a fucking country is universal or outer versal because of that.
I'm not saying scaling. I'm talking about the cosmology. I'm saying
okay, yeah, and I said that at best it's uni.
Cosmology.
And I said at best it's a
I'm not saying you agreed they scale there. I said you agreed to the cosmology being uni plus. You agreed to that.
Yeah, I agree. Most cosmologies are uni plus in fiction. I think a random fucking Sherlock Holmes book has a uni plus cosmology.
Who created the cosmology that you just?
Oh my gosh! I bet I asked you multiple times to show me someone being stated to destroy a time space, and you just didn't.
Like I said, you don't have to in scaling.
Okay, yeah. So nobody's creating or destroying a time
Show me
space.
Goku. Show me Goku destroying a universe.
Okay, he doesn't scale to anybody who does, but he was destroying a universe, stated to be able to.
No, show me it being destroyed. Show me it being destroyed right now.
This isn't really relevant, so I don't care.
That's literally what Ichigo was doing. But what Beerus and Goku was doing is what Ichigo and the Soul King did.
The fuck? Okay, yeah, you got it.
Everything was
wait, Logan, just give your judgment. Logan, just give your judgment.
I'm just like staying with the same bird. Just like move on.
Wait, who won?
It was already over on the first.
Nah, legit, like
alternate reality is already over. I don't have
to. Came in and beat them both.
You can't get Goku to Universal or Vegeta to Universal if that's the case, bro. You can scale them based off what they did off the lore.
Pros are thanks to the cornstarch and the vodka, it is shudderingly crisp. And as you're about to see,
Gambino.
Bro,
is Gambino one?
I'm saying every purpose of
Gambino one.
Vegeta to Universal, right?
Side of things, it is extremely
anybody using Reiji's logic, get Vegeta to Universal right now using Reiji's logic. You can't. because they don't use
You
just to
fucking
save
can't,
plot.
nigga.
To save plot, you don't always destroy off your damn universe and your multiverse and your shit, bro. That's how you
Literally,
save
bro.
plot.
You're killing
That
it.
way you give statements, lore, you give scaling, you give
How did you get that information?
like that. That way you can make logical conclusions on what they scale to, bro.
Please be my friend.
I'm your friend.
Gambino, go take care of your kids, nigga. Why are you debating on Discord?
I don't have no kids, man.
Ooh, I was not paying
This nigga is a father of 3.
I'm about to pull up on this little shawty. About to get off in a minute. I ain't doing that, no. Just smoking with her.
W mans, bro.
Here, Logan, if you can't come to a judgment, I can just send you the recording.